you just want to go through your deployment.
No worries, I got a squad of 10 looters, grots in front, 3 killer cans, they've got custom mega blasters, mob of 30 shooters, all busting in the guts, another mob of 30 shooters with a custom force field Big Mac, that big guy, I forgot what it's called at the moment. Some more grots over here, and I have
Now that truck's empty.
that truck's don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but that's an empty truck for now.
And this has got the looters in it. This truck here.
Yeah, this has got the tank busters
Tank busters.
and the looters off deployed there instead of the truck.
Awesome. So Chaos Space Marines just finished deploying. So first up we've got a unit of 6 Chaos Space Marines. Champion has a power fist and a plasma pistol. Also got a heavy bolter. Got 2 Hellbrutes, one with a fist and a las cannon. The other one has a fist and a plasma. 10 Chaos Cultists with a heavy stubber. Mauler Fiend with the lasher tendrils. Helldrake with the Bale Flamer. Chaos Sorcerer Lord with the plasma pistol and the force staff. Rhino, which has the Chainsword Marines and the Exalted Champion in it. Abaddon and the unit of Chosen are in this Land Raider, and we're just deployed in the opposite corner to the Orks. So Orks finished deploying first, so they've chosen to take the first turn. I'm going to try and seize the initiative, channel the power of the spider. That's disappointing. So the Orks, turn 1, coming up first. So for the Ork movement phase, everything moved forwards towards the enemy.
Yeah, it didn't hold much back, mate. These guys advanced, all the infantry advanced. These guys stayed still, that's pretty much the only thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, just looking to swamp the middle and try not to let you get there in the first place. So I'm dropping force field projector for 3 command points. So effectively, the Big Mac has a range of 18 on his custom force field for 1 round.
So we just finished up the first shooting phase for the Orks.
So these guys had a punt over here with the Mega Blasters, shook it off. Didn't manage to get any more wounds though, so that was good. These guys managed to kill off the cultists that we need.
Unit of 10 cultists wiped.
Got me first strike, which is nice. These guys didn't really achieve much. They shot at some Marines over here. Managed to take 1 out, I think.
Yep. Lost 1.
These bikes also shot over there. So they've been quite resilient over there in the cover. And yeah, just some big shooters shooting all around the place otherwise, and not really having much of an effect. These guys did shoot at the Mauler Fiend and bounced off.
Right, so end of the Chaos movement phase. The Hellbrutes and this squad of Chaos Marines just stood still. Mauler Fiend moved up. Chaos Sorcerer moved up behind. The Land Raider and the Rhino moved up slightly, repositioned. Helldrake moved up onto this flank, just in range with its flamer. End of the Psychic phase for Chaos Space Marines. Just got Prescience and Delightful Agonies off on the Mauler Fiend. So until my next Psychic phase, he'll have +1 to his hit rolls, and any wounds he takes on a 5 or a 6, he will ignore them. Alright, end of the Chaos shooting phase. We'll start down here. This Marine squad shot into the boys and killed 2.
8, 7.
I think-
2 from that squad, yeah.
Yep, 2.
Yeah.
Both the Hellbrutes went into the bikes, leaving 2 left. And I used the stratagem on the Plasma Hellbrute. Fire Frenzy, I think it's called. So he was able to fire twice. So 2 bikes left.
Brutal, mate. They're knobs and they're decked out.
Yeah, they're not looking too healthy. Combi Bolter, I think killed 1 Orc Boy. The Heavy Bolter on the Land Raider and the Bale Flamer on the Helldrake went into the boys. I think they
Lost
killed
7 in total.
7 in total. The las cannons on the Land Raider went into the killer cans. Lost 1 and got 1 on.
Yep. 1 on 3.
3 wounds left. So pretty decent shooting phase. So moving on to combat. Alright, so end of Chaos turn 1. Mauler Fiend charged into the Orc boys, killed a total of 10 with his tendrils and fists.
Very good round fist.
So he had Prescience on him, Delightful Agonies, and also the stratagem that... What does it do? That's right, rerolls, failed hits and wounds in the fight phase. So he killed 10.
Demon Engine. Was it?
Yeah,
Demon Engine?
Demon something.
Demon Forge.
He took 4 wounds in return, leaving him on 7. Now the Orcs passed their morale test. So did the bikes. So I did not get first strike. So at the end of battle round 1,
Very interesting.
yeah, Orcs on 1 victory point, Chaos on 0. So turn 2 up next.
Alright, these guys got pretty banged up. So I'm going to use Unstoppable Green Tide for 3 command points. So end of my movement phase, select the boys unit. Your army that's less than half starting numbers. Remove it from the battlefield. You can then set it up again wholly within 6 of an edge of the battlefield and more than 9 at its full starting. Yeah. So we've done the green tide over here after removing these guys. These guys moved up, looking to get into a fight somewhere. I had to move him up to be in range with the tank busters. He's moved up just a bit of extra screening for my character who's now holding the centre. And we've got 2 units advanced over here. Looters had a crack over here and did nothing, bounced off. Tank busters did pretty well, took 6 wounds off the Land Raider. 2 Marines died, I believe, from these guys.
Yeah.
No, wait, no, there
No.
was a Rhino there. So
Yeah.
the Rhino got hit first.
Rhino
These
Brawl.
guys actually finished off the Rhino, forcing these to get out. Tried to do a little bit of something over there with the bikes. Managed to kill one off while I got it.
Yep.
So yeah, coming up to charge phase now.
We just realised we forgot to shoot with this boys unit. So they all went into the Chaos Marines and there's just 1 left. Just the unit champion.
Over here, the 2 biker knobs killed the Dreddy and just had to consolidate into him to make sure he couldn't do much next turn. Over here, a bit of a different story. He interrupted with a Mauler Fiend and juiced him up pretty good still and got stuck into my wall boss and he's gone. And in return, I only did a few wounds with this mob. So he's standing up to a lot of punishment.
Yeah, it was 1 wound. The Delightful Agony psychic power definitely helped with that. Now, I'll just roll this morale check now. For this Chaos Marine unit, they've lost 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's gone. Abaddon's in his Land Raider, so I'm pretty sure his auto pass morale tests doesn't work. Auras don't work on transport, so yeah.
Yeah, standing up to it.
So Chaos turn 2 next. So end of the Chaos movement phase, turn 2. Abaddon and his Chosen got out of the Land Raider. Sorcerer moved up behind them. Fiend still locked in combat. Exalted Champion moved up here. Hellbrute locked in combat with the bike. This Marine squad just shuffled across, still in cover. And this Helldrake flew up behind the looters. Have a go at them.
Could be trouble.
End of the Chaos Psychic phase. Tried to cast Prescience on the Chosen, didn't get it off. After a command point reroll, got Delightful Agonies off again on the Fiend. End of the Chaos Space Marine shooting phase. These Chaos Space Marines did 1 wound to the boss. His bike. This Exalted Champion shot his Melter at the truck, but failed to hit. The Chosen fired Combi Bolters at the other truck, did not wound. Abaddon fired his Talon into the truck and did 2 wounds. The Helldrake put his Bale Flamer into these looters and killed 2. And finally, the Land Raider put the las cannons into the killer cans, killed the unit. They exploded, just knocking off 1 boy. And Heavy Bolter into the boys here and just killed 2. So just at the end of the shooting phase, my Sorcerer has a Black Legion specific artifact called the Eye of Night. The bearer can unleash the power of the Eye of Night once per battle in their shooting phase, instead of firing any other weapons. When they do so, select a visible vehicle unit and roll a d6. On a 2+, that unit suffers d3 mortal wounds.
Oh.
So, Sorcerer there is going to try and use it on this truck here. So there's no range, it just says visible vehicle. So on a 2+, 6, d3 mortal wounds. Just the 1. Just thought that was a fun artifact to throw in there. So just finished the charge moves for the Chaos Space Marines. Helldrake went into the looters, took 6 wounds on the way in. Abaddon, Chosen, Mauler Fiend, Sorcerer and Exalted Champion are all into the boys. And just the Hellbrute on the bike in combat from last turn. So end of the Chaos combat phase.
Where'd the Orks go?
Yeah. So the Orks lost a lot of models. They couldn't pass the morale test. So that squad of boys is gone. All these attacks went into them. The Hellbrute killed the last Ork bike. And the Helldrake rolled 3 1s to hit. So he did nothing. Just calculating victory points at the end of battle round 2. So Orks will get a point for having a character on the objective. Chaos will get a point for Warlord. And that's all. So at the end of turn 2, Orks are on 2 victory points. And Chaos are on 1.
Alright guys, the looters fell back, so that they won't be shooting this turn after the Grots move forward. I've had my truck move backwards with the rocket lads in there. Just brought this truck around here to screen a little bit from the objective. My character's moved slowly off to there just to get a pot shot through. Move some Grots up to screen him a little bit. Yeah, he's come roaring down to try and pick on some characters because that's what's important in this game at the moment. And I just moved these guys forward. I didn't advance them because I want to assault something. I just don't know what. Yeah, so looking a bit desperate with all this power in the middle, but see what I can do. All right, what we got? The tank busters laid into him, only took 2 wounds off, which is a bit unfortunate. We did manage to kill a bunch of these chosen from the shooting over there, so that was good. War Trike tried to hammer this guy, being a close character, failed miserably. And that's kind of it, nothing else really happened. All right, so War Trike charged into the champion, Exalted Champion. Got a bit scary when I found out how good he was at fighting characters, but ended up killing him. Bit of luck. This mob of boys multi-charged into the Land Raider and also the Sorcerer. And due to the Claw, everything else whiffed, but the Claw managed to do the job, so lucky there. I think that's most of the combat.
Yes, so
Pretty light on now.
Chaos have lost 2 characters, and that's really bad because...
But the one you've got left is the bad boy himself.
Yeah, but I will only be scoring 1 victory point per turn because I've only got 1 character left.
Yeah, true.
So I've really got to go after yours now.
Oh, there's an opportunity right there.
End of the Chaos movement phase. So the Land Raiders fallen back out of combat. Abaddon and the single chosen left moved up towards the trike. Molophine's moved up towards the truck. Helldrake going for their character on the objective. Hellbrutes also moved up towards the trike. And these Chaos Marines are going to take on those grots over there. Going to try and wipe them out. End of the Chaos shooting phase. These Chaos Marines went into the grots and killed 4. Hellbrute with plasma cannon failed to hit, but took a mortal wound himself. This chosen champion and Abaddon knocked off a couple of the Orc boys. Land Raider couldn't fire because it fell back. And the Helldrake put 2 wounds on the character that's sitting on the objective. End of the Chaos turn 3. Pretty costly for the Orcs. So Abaddon killed the Trike, and the Helldrake killed the War Boss. So no characters left for the Orcs. So
nah, all gone.
That's going to be difficult since only characters can hold the objective. 1 lone grot left. They failed their morale check. And yeah, that's how it looks. So we'll just have to add up victory points.
Kill Abaddon this turn or I lose.
Yeah, so we just did the victory points. At the end of turn 3, Chaos scored 1 point for having a character alive, but they don't hold the objective. So Orcs are on 2 and Chaos are on 2. So Orcs really have to kill Abaddon and maybe go for Line Breaker if they want to hold this back.
Yep.
Turn 4 up next.
So what I've done is I've backed the truck up out of here. Fell back from the Wall of Fiend. Well, these more Orcs have moved up as far as they can. Got some grots moving up here. They're looking to engage this, I reckon. And that was kind of it. Not a lot of movement this phase. So on the shooting. Alright, so dumped all my shots into the bad boy here, Abaddon. 2 wounds down. Not terrible, but got to finish him in the fight phase or it's looking terrible after that.
Helldrake's gone.
Helldrake's gone, that's true. The tank busters finished off the Helldrake finally. Should have done that a bit earlier. The looters whiffed, and that's kind of where we're at now. So yeah, need a big ask from the fight phase, but we'll give it a shot. Alright, so combat phase done. Not looking good, did absolutely bupkis to Abaddon. Lost a whole swathe of Orcs in the process. And then I lost about another 4 or 5 to morale. So not looking good. Yeah, just tied up the Land Raider with some grots. Other than that, turn's done. No points scored for me.
Alright, that's the end of Chaos turn 4. We've scored a victory point for having a character alive.
The mob of orcs got to hit back with just the knob and he whiffed completely. So
Still got...
haven't killed Abaddon, which means he's going to keep ticking along with some points. No way to come back from here with the scenario rules. So I'm going to concede after this turn. Bloody good game. Grots at the match, tying up a Land Raider for a couple of turns.
They're next on the paint table, I
Yeah,
reckon.
they get a paint job next. That's right. And just couldn't allow the Drake to live, so I had to kill that before I conceded.
Yeah.
Job done.
Interesting scenario with big focus on characters. I think that gave me a small advantage having Abaddon. Pretty hard to kill.
Yeah, all characters hit hard but don't last long, die pretty easy, so not the best. But hey, if you get beaten by Abaddon, anyone's going to have a bad day when he shows up.